Well, 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 look what the Frost Beast done dragged in. Yes, today, this video here is definitely going to be on the shorter side. So for those who like the longer videos, don't fret. I will have another one coming out. It'll probably post maybe a few hours after this one, so don't fret. But this one here is strictly an ABX video. Seems as though some folks need a little assistance, need a little guidance, a little push in the right direction on today's ABX, which is it's supervillain female, right? Yeah, supervillain female. I knew that. And today's team up is going to be this right here. It's Hela, Raven, and Moonstone, and there's a little bit of swapping involved. All right, you're using Raven for the cancel, her third skill on the cancel. So let me show you the builds here. So where is Moonstone? Moonstone, and a couple things to touch on and make note here. So she has basically a maxed out build. 20 Odin's Blessings, fully awakened ISO 8 set right here, and she does have a brilliant. She has beatdown, but honestly, I'd be better off with a mighty energy with all attack, because the beatdown has no effect. It has no effect in ABX. As a matter of fact, sometimes when I was charging up the beatdown, I noticed that I was getting like the very first rotation, with the awakened skill. I realized sometimes I was even getting less points. So I'll say, I don't know who thinks that beatdown has an effect or Pierce has an effect in ABX, but it doesn't. At least the beatdown on mighty energies or brilliant energies, it doesn't have any effect. And so if you're debating on, so my debate is, I like Moonstone for null, for World Boss Legend, but I like to be competitive in ABX, so it's like, you kind of have to make a choice. Do you want to, do you want to be able to clear null better with Moonstone or whatever character you have this energy on, or do you want to be more competitive in ABX? I'm gonna leave this one on her for now. I plan on doing so. I think I'll have at least 3 more attempts by the next double, the double chance up for brilliance rolls around. So I'm gonna see how my luck is there, and if I get another one, maybe I'll make some changes on that note. But for now, I'm gonna leave this on her. If I'm knocked down a few places in ABX, because of it, then it is what it is. But I suggest, if you do have a brilliant and it does have all attack, to actually put it on Cable. Cable will increase your overall score, by more than what Moonstone actually would. Just a little note on that. Okay, and a note on her rotation here. One thing that I realized is if you So the issue is having the proc reactivate on on the 6 right before your 5 and 3 come off cooldown again, right? And if you just delay for a second, just for a second on the 5, so you hit the 5 and then delay, right? Get used to the timing with it, and then go into 4, 6, 3. And if you do that, your 5 and 3, it'll come off cooldown with just enough time to fit the next 5 and 3 into the proc, and you'll see it in the run that I'm going to show you. I'm going to let the run basically do most of the talking. I'm not going to write a rotation up anywhere. I mean, maybe I'll put it in the description on the video, but I'm not going to write it on the screen or anything like that. I mean, Moonstone's, it's pretty cut and dry. You could just watch. You're literally canceling all of her skills. 5, 4, 6, 3. And then 5, 3, and then 4, 5, 3. But you're doing a bit of swapping, so you're actually using you're not going that far into the rotation because you are swapping to Raven. That seems to be the best strategy in terms of getting the most damage. Plus, you need to swap for you need to swap to her for at least during the cancel, right? And I'll talk you through as I'm playing the run Raven's rotation. So I actually do. Here, let me show you her build here. She basically has a max build as well. So yeah, 20 Odin's Blessings, fully awakened ISO 8 set, and she has a rage. Excuse me. Her physical attack. So this is without team up. 48,000, and all our skills are capped. Here, let me go to Moonstone, and we'll just touch on that as well. So 55,000 energy attack. And she's not capped on the crit rate, but that really doesn't matter because she gets some buffs, right? So she has the accumulation on 4, and she gets the buff on 5, and you're fitting 5 in every rotation, so you don't necessarily need to cap the crit rate. So actually, one thing I want to point out is, so here, let's go here. So this guy, no, I don't want to go there. I think this guy here, let's go to his Moonstone. Where is she? No, not him. I think it's one of these guys here. But yeah, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth because somebody actually told me. Yeah, so the guy in second place, he actually has a Rage on her. So, and here's the thing. You know, Moonstone, she's absolutely the best for Null. So Rage, I don't think Energy is going to be better for Null. And you know, some of this discussion could go into how much Pierce you actually have on your cards or not. You know, maybe she's like just as good with Rage or Energy if you like have no Pierce on cards. I can't say for certain, so I'm not going to make that claim. But it seems maybe at least for ABX, she's if not better, at least maybe just as good with the Rage. And part of that could be because of the reactivation on the 6 skill. But you know, we find that, you know, Rage generally is better for ABX. Like I tried Null with Energy, and you know, I'm going to be testing them with Rage after the changes. But from what I can remember, when I ran ABX with him, you know, before, when I had Rage on him, he was scoring. He was scoring much higher. So it seems like Rage is a way to go in ABX because Pierce, you know, has no effect, and you know, Pierce is interfering with some other game modes, Null, World Boss Legend specifically. So, you know, if you don't necessarily need your Moonstone to perform top notch in World Boss Legend, throwing a Rage on her for ABX might not be a bad idea. So I don't know for certain. I'm just showing you some of the things that I found. And the guy who's in second has a Rage on her, so I'm guessing he's scoring pretty high with her with that Rage. Just to touch on that. And now with back to Raven and back to the rotation here. So the very first rotation that I'm using with her, because I'm actually only bringing her in. So I bring her in one time between the first roar and when you start the run. Bring her in one time, and the rotation I use is 3 cancel 4. You left 4, play out until you see Wolverine, basically 5. And then you cancel 5 into 6, and you'll see it in the run. But other than that, the rotation is you hit 3 when you need the mobs around to activate the defense. You know, just to activate 3, right? You activate the defensive, the defensive thing, right? Yeah, so you hit 3 to activate the defensive mechanic on it, right? Where, you know, she's getting attacked and then the bombs explode because there's burn on the bombs. It's a little tricky, but it's really not that bad. I don't know. I didn't have to run many times because I wasn't getting the cancel on the roar. So you basically hit the 3. When the bombs explode, that's when you're going to cancel the roar. That's going to activate the proc. It basically 9 times out of 10 it does, and then you go into you could, you know, if your crit rate's not capped, because on the 4, well, you actually want to cancel the 4 anyways. So it's 3, you know, when the bombs explode, you cancel 4 into 5, and then 5 into 6, okay? And then you'll see the rest of the rotation. Actually, if 3's off cooldown, because depending on how long it actually took for the defensive mechanic on 3 to activate, the 3 might be off cooldown again. So then you could just 3, 4, 5, and then into 2. I've been doing 2. There's actually a bit of damage if the proc's still activated. You could hit 2 for a little bit extra damage. That seems to work out all right. But you don't want to keep Raven in for too long, because you'll notice that you don't have a lot of time. By the time the 3rd roar comes, you're just able to squeeze in the last rotation with Moonstone. But I'll let the run do most of the talking. You know, I'll talk through it a little bit and give you some guidance here. So let's pop this up here, and bada bing, bada broomstick. All right, let me silence the beast there. I'm just muting the volume on the phone because I'm pretty sure I recorded this with volume. All right, let's rock and roll here. And indeed I did. Okay, so you see there was that slight delay on 5 there. you don't necessarily need to do it for the first roar. Oh, and by the way, so so one other thing you can do if you're not really good with the timing is as soon as the skill finishes, you can just run back to the other side. Just run in an opposite direction and hope that the beast follows you and there's no mobs around when those bombs go off on the end of the 6. So this way it doesn't reactivate the proc. So that's one strategy, but the chances that's going to be the case every single time you use the awaken skill throughout the run is pretty slim. So I think getting used to having that delay on 5 is going to serve you well. So here, let me I'll rewind it to the beginning here and let the whole run play out. Okay, so you see there was that slight delay on 5. That actually makes a difference, just even that split second. But like I said, you don't necessarily need to do it. Run to the other side of the screen. The bombs aren't activating. Or yeah, reactivating the proc there. And then I immediately, as soon as that's done, as soon as all that damage register, I switch to Raven. And yeah, 3, 4, 5 in tier 3. 3 into the 4. Back into the 5. And then, yeah, I still have a little bit of time on the proc, so hit the 2. And then back into Moonstone. I see the delay on 5. You usually can get away with it without reactivating the proc there. And then, yeah, I just try to run. If the beast isn't following you, like sometimes you'll know right away if the beast is following you or not. And then, you know, you can, if not, then go back to him so you doesn't reactivate the proc. And as soon as the words pop up, that's when you want to hit the 3. As soon as you see the words, you can hit the 3. But, you know, you obviously need the mobs around you. But, yeah, before the roar, you want to, as soon as that damage registers, switch to Raven right away. On the last rotation with Moonstone. Don't hang around with her. So yeah, he's not following me, so I'm right on him right now. And you can see, I was able to get that off before the proc actually activated. So I think that's what a lot of people are actually struggling with. And then here, you can hit, yeah, 4 with like 1 second left on 5 to be able to squeeze that in. And then as soon as, because you're not going to be able to get another attack in with her, so what you want to do is you want to switch right away, so this way you can get her back into the fight sooner than later, right? And then, yeah, 3 into the 5. Actually, what I should have done was I should have canceled the 4. That's what I should have canceled it from the 4, because you do get the buff on the 4. So that's a mistake on my part. But, yeah, that is something that you actually would want to do. So, potentially, I could have scored a few more points here. I think I might have done that for the other one as well. But yeah, we ended up getting it just in the split second, hit it just in time. And then, yeah, you can get another attack in here. And then after this one, that's when you want to switch. You want to switch so you can get Raven back in. So I could even have switched like another second or two, you know, sooner. Not the most perfect run. But yeah, boom. Yeah, I should have you want to cancel in the 4. You want to get that buff. I'm pretty sure that's what you want to do. I'm a knucklehead, and you know I make mistakes too, but you get the idea. I could just tell you where I make the mistake. And then yeah, I think the last one's very important. Like he never follows during the last one. So and then yes, I could definitely tell that I got it, and I end up like just beating my high score. So not by much, but you know, I wanted to get, you know, a good run in for you guys to showcase that, because I didn't actually record that other run there. So there's that. Now I hope this helps, you know, some of you guys out. Anybody who's struggling out there, I know it's, you know, not, you know, I wish I could get this stuff out like right when reset happens. You know, do my ABX run so this way it's out, you know, as early as possible to help as many people out. You know, because, you know, not everybody has all day to just, you know, run ABX over and over again, right? And I you know, here I'll show you guys my cards. I do have, so I lost a little bit of, I lost 8% physical attack when I did my rolls. I don't know, I'm not in a huge rush to roll my cards again for some reason. I'm just not. I'm actually trying. I'm hoping, because I've been stacking up some mythic cards. I'm hoping to get a good roll on a different card. and then this way I could start crafting that. This way I'm not wasting other resources. But I don't know. I think they're fine the way they are. But in any case, yeah, I have 141.8 energy attack and then 127.5 physical attack. It definitely could be a little bit higher. And I have both the procs as well. So I think that's it. I think that's all that really needs to be said about today. If you have any questions, hit me up in the I always want to say the comics, but I'm not in the comics. So hit me up in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be putting out another video, and you'll probably see it in like a few hours from the time that this one actually posts. So you stay tuned, you stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there. Peace.